Welcome to The Explainer. In the B2B world, so much of the content out there is just, well, it's noise. Today, we're going to break down the one strategy that actually helps you become the signal, the trusted voice everyone really listens to.
Let's be real. The B2B content landscape is always changing, right? It's in this constant state of flux. And with all the new tech and new behaviors, it's not just that it's harder to stand out, it's getting so much harder to make any kind of real impact.
For years, the game was pretty simple. Just target specific keywords and you were good to go. But search engines got way smarter and so did our audiences. So that old playbook, the one based on just matching keywords, it's just not going to cut it anymore. We really need a fundamental shift in how we think about content.
So what is that shift? Let's dive in and break down the core problem and, more importantly, the single biggest strategic change you need to be making this year.
Yep, that's the word. Authority. See, search engine algorithms have evolved. They don't just want to find content, they want to find the best, most expert content. They now prioritize stuff that shows real expertise, depth, and relevance on a specific topic. They're looking for the definitive source.
So what is this topical authority thing anyway? It's a concept that's totally reshaping SEO and content strategy. So let's get a really clear definition. Okay, think of it this way. It's not about having one really great article on a topic. It's about proving through a whole body of work that you are the reliable, trusted source for an entire subject. You're not just answering one little question, you're owning the entire conversation.
And this right here, this captures the whole strategic shift perfectly. We are moving away from winning these tiny, single keyword battles to winning the entire war for subject matter expertise. It's all about building a connected network of knowledge, not just, a random collection of pages.
This analogy just makes it so clear. If you really needed in-depth info, would you go to a bookstore that has one good book on your topic, or the one with an entire dedicated section? You choose the section, of course. Well, that's exactly how Google thinks too. So how does Google figure all this out? Well, the exact formula is a super secret, but experts have pretty much nailed down 3 key signals. First, they look for organized content clusters that cover a topic from all angles. Second, smart internal linking that connects all those pieces together. And third, they check for comprehensive keyword coverage across that entire cluster.
Now, to really understand authority, you have to get how Google actually evaluates your content quality. They use this system called EEAT, and it's basically the foundation for how they decide who the real experts are.
And right at the very heart of this entire framework is one single, totally non-negotiable factor: trustworthiness. Seriously, without it, everything else just falls apart. It is the core of how Google and your audience sees you. So that foundational trust, it's built on 3 other big pillars. First is experience. You got to prove you've actually done the thing you're talking about. Next up, expertise, showing you have the skill and the knowledge. And finally, authoritativeness, which is basically demonstrating that other experts in your field actually recognize you. You get those 3 right, and you build that crucial layer of trust. Okay, so let's get practical. How do you actually do this? What's really fascinating is that the biggest B2B content trends for this year aren't just random fads, they are the exact tools you need to build authority.
So building authority, it starts with a solid structure. In the hub and spoke model, it's perfect. You pick your main topics, those are your hubs. Then you create these huge comprehensive pages for each one, and then you build out detailed spoke articles that dive deeper into all the subtopics, and you link everything back to that central hub. It creates those beautiful, organized content clusters that Google absolutely loves.
Or, hey, look at the trend of video just taking over everything. Short-form videos, webinars, product demos. They're not just for engagement. They are one of the best ways to showcase your firsthand experience and deep expertise. You're not just telling people stuff, you're showing them. You're proving you know your stuff. And the same exact thing goes for personalization. Using AI to deliver tailored content isn't just a cool tech gimmick. It shows a deep, nuanced understanding of your audience's specific problems and needs, and that in turn reinforces your authority and builds that critical trust.
And the tactics just keep coming. Whether it's interactive quizzes that engage users, or massive, in-depth guides that leave no question answered, or even conversational content for voice search, they all serve the exact same goal: signaling deep expertise from every single angle. Okay, but how do you actually know if any of this is working? Measuring something like authority can feel a little abstract, right? But it is absolutely possible.
The key here is to understand there isn't one magic authority score. No. Instead, you have to look at a whole collection of metrics that, when you put them all together, paint a really clear picture of your progress and your influence.
So your dashboard has to evolve. Instead of just tracking single keywords, now you track your topic share. Like, how much of the entire conversation about a subject do you own? Instead of page-level traffic, you're looking at growth for your entire topic cluster. It's this bigger, more holistic view, combined with conversions, that tells the real story.
So here's the bottom line. We are watching a massive paradigm shift happen in B2B content. It's a real move away from all the short-term tactics and a pivot toward long-term value creation.
This is not about just pumping out more and more blog posts. It's about methodically, thoughtfully building these interconnected ecosystems of expertise. It's a long-term strategy, for sure, and it requires a serious commitment to quality, depth, and consistency. And this quote just captures that mindset perfectly. Building real authority isn't some short-term campaign you run for a quarter. It's a long-term commitment to serving your audience with the absolute best, most complete information you can possibly give them.
And really, that's the question to take back to your team. Are you just adding more pages to the internet, or are you strategically building an unshakable foundation of authority? Because in 2024 and beyond, that is how you are going to win.